So we start today's session with the four of you flying over Nightland on the back of a brightly coloured bird conjured by Nordan. So what I thought I'd start with is the wind's blowing in your hair. You've adjusted to it. You've been going for half of the journey is what it was going to take you about 2 hours. So you're an hour into it. How are you all responding to this? We'll start with the main man himself, Nordan. How is Nordan enjoying the flight?
He's loving every second of it. This is Nordan. Like, there's a person thrower. I'm game. Let's go. He's loving every second of it. He's probably
You're actually a gnome in disguise.
With his arms out. Woo!
So is Kelevendros enjoying it?
Kelevendros is playing the part of this, like keeping the toddlers in check. So he's being a bird dad and just put your fucking arms down and hold on to that bird. Hold on properly.
Speaking of which, how's Leggit getting on?
So Leggit's he'll be straddling the neck of the bird, I think, with his shirt off, whacking it around his head, holding on with one hand, like a rodeo. He's loving it.
Brilliant. And that leaves us with Arthas then.
Yeah, I'm leaning forward, screaming in Kel's ear. This must have been what humour felt like on his dragon. I'm very excited.
So the reason that you're doing this is this was a single-use magic item. Nordan was a little bit, I don't want to use it. I don't know whether we should. But the reason that you're using it is you got a note from Darrett asking you for help. You were aware of the fact that the force in Calaman is severely depleted after Marshal Vendry took a lot of the military off on manoeuvres. And the city received intelligence that Dragon Army troops had broken off from the main post. And this was their opportunity to secure a victory. It was Bakaris that took the lead, and that's why Darrett wanted your assistance. So you summoned this magical bird, flew off to Steel Spring Pass, which is next to Steel Spring, which is a river next to the part of Nightland. If you recall, we did roll initiative just as we finished last session. So you identified that a lot of the foot soldiers had already decided the Calaman forces were already in retreat, and the foot soldiers were being mowed down and run down by mounted dragon soldiers. So let's take us to the map. This is where we finished last time. You rolled particularly well, and if you remember, I did say to you that there was nothing else in the sky. No one was prepared for you to hurtle through the air on the back of this rock. And therefore, I was going to give you a surprise round. So what you've got,
we were quite surprised by it, I think.
Say again, sorry, Mark.
So we were quite surprised by the whole thing. I forgot that Nordan got that item. It's like, what's this? Wow!
So this is you guys on top of the rock. This is what I'm going to do is use the rock as you guys. So we're not bothered about your tokens necessarily. We've got mounted Dragon Army soldiers on top of the war horses, and these Calaman troops are trying to flee. So I know, Sam, you said sort of out of game, you said meta game. I don't want to use this and waste it. So this is your chance now. This is your opportunity. You're going to get a free round because they're not suspecting you coming.
Yeah.
In order of initiative. So this is a pure free round. So this isn't a surprise round. This is a free round. This is you tell me what you guys want to do on this round, because you know each other's abilities by now, and then we'll roll some dice and see what happens.
So I did have a bit of an idea.
Go for it.
I have been thinking about this fight a little bit, especially as I've been sat at home doing nothing. The way I look at it is we've got a funnel for from our perspective. We're going to be able to funnel the enemies across the river, aren't we? Across that what appears to be a ford.
Yeah.
The problem is that is roughly 20 feet wide. So I thought what might be a good idea is if I was to double up on mold earth and dig 5-foot holes on the left and the right hand side, which then turns it into a 10-foot gap, which funnily enough is big enough for 2 people that work quite well when they're stood next to each other to make a human wall.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Then if I took the earth and dumped it on the friendly side, you've got a 5-foot hole with a 10-foot climb out, if that makes sense. Do it Roman style.
Yeah.
Dump the earth on the friendly side, it's a wall.
Yeah.
Which in theory means the cavalry can only charge you two would then stop them. We could protect the soldiers and then
I've
deal
had
with
a
the
little
combat
think
from
about.
there.
I've been looking up good uses of command, and I was thinking if we get charged by a man on a horse, I could command his horse to stop and watch him go flying.
That was
It's
just
going to
sort of
get
like
tried.
an initial strategy to start the fight for me, because that way we control the battlefield then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We're narrowing it down to just you two, and then we, they look like they've got spears, so maybe we can have them flanking you guys. Me and Leggit can do our thing from wherever we need to do it from.
Yeah. No, I'm liking it a lot. Let's go. Are we having a fly past? We're going to get a free attack before we.
As far as I'm concerned, you can stay on the rock. You've got loads of time. You can do whatever you want to do. Set yourself up.
Well, if Nordan's going to be you're going to be digging holes and building walls. The only thing I can really do from the back is Sacred Flame, one of the charges.
Well, I was thinking more you two drop in like a pair of paratroopers, like I planned for the watchtower.
Oh, if you
while I
swoop in,
stay up there and create the wall to your flanks, because you two are best utilised when you stood next to each other.
Yeah, and I mean
that's when you are really power playing.
So if you drop us off, where's my laddo? I can move him. I'm not actually doing this, Dave, just as an illustration.
Yeah, no, just leave it there, mate. That's fine.
Like there with
So I would, yeah, it's diagonal. That's the only problem. But I was thinking like there and there.
I know what you mean. It's snapped to grid, though. I mean, I think Dave knows what we mean.
And then obviously, like I cancel out the 5 foot either side of you, sort of thing.
Yeah.
The grids just don't quite work for.
Yeah, but that's you know what we're about, though, don't you, Dave? It's not like
there and there.
Yeah.
Because
I would build the walls either side, so then nothing.
It's just we can't.
You'd have to jump the horses.
Okay.
To get over that wall.
Right, gotcha. So what we're after then? I'll just do it green. So what we're after is sort of walls there and there.
Yeah, but it's only a 5 foot square that I can do, so it'd be immediately on their flanks, if you get what I'm saying.
Right.
I would dump soil on the friendly side, which would then give you a height advantage. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You want to be so the wall is going to be right on the edge of the hole, so therefore the hole you add the depth of the hole to the height of the wall for what they've got to get over.
So if anyone stands on top, they're 10 foot high, or to get to the top, it's a 10-foot climb.
Yeah. And our guys can use it as cover.
Always get a pen and paper.
Right. So you're building. You're making a hole in this one and dumping it in this one.
No, our side.
I'm just going to go and eat the blood sausage quickly while we're planning.
Okay. Right. Mark game. We have Jason's gone with sequester this time. So just a quick recap then. So the Mark game is Mark will come up with an adjective and a noun. If anyone gets it right, the party gets a free magic item, which we'll try and work in. If anyone's watching and comments and they get it right, the party gets a free magic item. Go on then, chaps.
What verb did I go with last time? Was it skin?
Where are we? I've still got it. Yes, it was skin.
I'm going to stick with that one for now.
Ooh,
Yeah. I feel
playing
like
the same numbers in the lottery set.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Go on, Tom.
I'm gonna go with Sasquatch.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Corden.
Corden. You've had
I think
Corden before, haven't you?
Corden Oppenary. No, I haven't. I don't think.
Oh, someone else might have had Corden.
Similar.
Ah. Right, yeah.
I'll
So,
choose something else.
no. Choose what you want. So, just one more time then. So, what are you trying to achieve by this? Are you trying to?
So, the way I envision it is, imagine you've got a path that's 20 foot across.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's roughly what it measures at, isn't it? If I'm right.
So we're talking this gap here.
The ford, yeah.
Yeah.
So on our side of the river, sort of, you put Cal and Arthas in the middle. So that's 10 foot occupied by them two.
Yep.
Yep. The 5 foot to the right and left of their human wall.
Yeah.
You lift the earth up in
Yep.
front of them and then dump it next to them. So there's basically a wall either side of them of dirt. But what that then creates a 5 foot hole to their diagonal left and right.
Yeah.
Which in the weird way makes it a 10 foot wall if you were to come straight at it.
Okay. So
this is sort of so what I'm basically saying is it's to stop them getting flanked and people getting past them because they'll have to scramble up a 10 foot wall.
Yeah.
To then funnel them into Arthas and Cal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we could get some of the guys on that mound fighting down with an advantage.
Gotcha.
Advantage.
What the only other thing I'm going to hit you with, hopefully, well, I don't know if this changes things, but I can't remember if I mentioned it. I think I did, but I'm not sure. As the Calaman troops are fleeing, the Dragon Army troops aren't progressing past this shore.
Oh, right.
And they're using ranged weapons. They're
right, okay.
poised to throw javelins.
Okay. I must have forgot that if it came up.
Yeah, well, or I didn't mention it, in which case,
okay.
Yeah, apologies
Obviously,
for
in my
that.
head, I was thinking they were going to charge across, so let's bang.
Yeah, why would there's no reason why they can't. I mean, apart from the two middle ones have got the ford. So yeah, I expected them to charge.
What we'll do then is because that's what the book is telling me that they should do, so we'll change that to they are going to charge, or at least some of them are going to charge.
Yeah, the middle two are clear at the ford, aren't they? The other two are on the bank, right?
Okay, so that's so you know as you're getting closer, you've identified your targets, you've had chance to discuss this, so you know what Nordan's doing, you know where Arthas and Kelevendros are going to stand, so and you guys are ready in. You'll get a free ranged attack in, but you're bracing for impact. So that just takes us to Leggit. What are you thinking of doing?
Your spell, Sam. What's it called? Sorry, again.
It's mold earth.
Yeah.
And basically,
you take it. Go on.
You go on.
No, so you're taking earth out of somewhere else to put it somewhere else, yeah.
Yeah. So I immediately excavate the ground, and then I can dump it.
Are you
5 feet away.
excavating it out of? Excavating it out of the river.
So yeah, it would come out the one just in front to then be dumped there. Like, do you see where I'm coming from? It's because it's on a diagonal. I think that's where I'm being a bit awkward. Or even, do you know what I mean?
The only thing I was thinking, if you're taking it out of the river, you're going to create sort of turbulent waters, aren't you? It's going to make it more difficult for them to cross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's sort of part of the strategy in my head is I'm creating these not impassable, but
I agree, but I didn't know if that factored into the crossing, Dave. If they're going to, if you take, you know what I mean.
Given that they're mounted, I suggest they're just going to try and run over me and Arthas. That would be the path of least resistance, wouldn't it? So, and that's the idea, is that to try and funnel them towards us. But
Yeah,
Okay.
you two can try and take out the bell ends that aren't coming over. We'll try and sort out the two that are.
So it's these. We're taking it as these two that are coming over, Dave. Yeah. These
Yes.
two centre.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll in that case I'll get things started. I'll cast a second level spell, Chromatic Orb, against this chap here.
Okay.
Closest to me.
Right. Sound.
From
We'll.
the back of the rock.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll,
That
go on then.
Orb is going to be. Go on. That say something.
You're very
Yeah.
broken for me today, mate. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. No, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. It's a delay.
You're a bit.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll catch up.
It's your sound that seems delayed.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
gone.
Yeah, almost
Right,
like
yeah.
behind the video.
That might help. Relogging. Who knows?
Any better?
Yeah.
That sounds good so far.
Lovely. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to cast second level Chromatic Orb against this chap.
Okay.
That's all
We'll
right,
start with you then, because you've gone in for there. So roll to hit with your Chromatic Orb, and then the rest of you get your whatever you do. Well, Sam, we know what you're doing. Yes. 19 hits, mate.
Going to be 10 points of damage. With let's choose. Let's go for poison
Okay. Yeah. Poison damage hits him.
damage.
So we've got ranged attacks from Kel and Arthas, while the first mound of earth is being ripped from the ground.
Yeah, I've still got my sword sheathed, but I've got the shield out, so I've got a free hand.
Cool.
I mean.
So which we'll do Arthas first then. Which one are you aiming your Sacred Flame at?
It's going to be. See, they're on horseback, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, right. You see me laddo there.
The horse, yeah.
I'm going to command the horse to halt.
Okay. What's my save DC?
Your save DC is being a bell end. Save DC it's only 13, but it's the horse, not the rider, and it's wisdom.
Wisdom 13. Rolls
This
11.
Is to be the most wise horse.
The horse just stopped dead as fast as it can.
Okay. Okay.
Does Jeff go flying?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a dexterity save. In fact, you can roll the dexterity save for me then, Mark. So roll a d20. This is his dexterity save.
Right.
Don't be this be the
20.
one time you roll well on the saving throws. Don't let it be it.
Yeah, natural 20.
That's why Dave let you do it. He's like, right, I've got that out the way.
Yeah, he makes his saving throw, mate.
That's unfortunate, mate. That's real unfortunate. Which takes us to Kel, your free turn.
So, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame.
Yeah.
And we'll go on the same target that Andy did.
Sure.
Try and think numbers. So it's a dex saving throw, please.
Rolls 12.
That's a fail.
Okay, roll your damage.
Oof, takes 13 points of radiant damage.
How does he die?
30.
Nice, one down.
I feel like he just erupts into divine flame, but the horse is untouched. The horse is, horses are infinite all this. They're just they've got to do what they've got to do. So
Okay. So he'd already reined in. He'd already stopped his horse from charging, so the horse doesn't look like it's going anywhere. But you hear this scream as he's enveloped in divine radiant fire. So the other thing that we need to, so this is still on the back of the rock as you're flying over. How are you going to dismount?
I would ask, well, see if Kel's down with this. I would just ask him to swoop in so you're as low as possible. So we're talking claws scratching the ground level, and we'll just jump off some sort of acrobatics or something check is what I'd be kind of thinking.
You're going very fast.
What do you reckon, Kel?
Tis but a
can we get
scratch,
them
Mark. Tis but a scratch.
slow down a bit so we can duck and roll?
So you want the bird to sort of flare his wings and try and stop as you jump off. That's what we're going for.
Yeah, 'cause it looked badass.
Okay. And
Imagine
what?
this massive rock just going, whoop, whoop, and then these two armoured blokes just jumping off it.
It does look pretty cool. What are all four of you jumping off?
I intend to stay on it, hovering above our little choke point.
Okay.
You might as well,
Yeah,
mate. You're a ranged.
give me
I'm
a-
staying on.
Okay.
Yeah, you two have got ranged attacks. You could,
Yeah, give you some aerial support up there, boys.
yeah.
Right.
No,
So
I'm happy with that.
that takes us to the first proper round of combat then.
My bonus
which...
action there, Dave, was to draw my sword. By the way, you're my
Sure.
go.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So we're going with this Dragon Army soldier who his horse has a. Oh, I wonder if I can. Yeah, check that out. So the horse will charge. It's going to use its full move. Oh, wow. This is in the way. And it's going to be this one's against Kel. Yeah. So I'm going to do the horse first. Trampling moves. I'm going to use its trampling. It says moves at least 20 feet, and it was charging all the time for you. So I'm gonna let it have this. First attack is a 17 to hit Cal.
That hits.
Oh,
That's 12 points of bludgeoning damage from the horse.
Tom, have you got your new splint mail on?
Yeah, my AC is exactly 17, mate.
Oh,
I don't use the shield. And I haven't had a chance to cast Shield of Faith.
Right. Strength saving throw from Kel, then, please.
can I before he makes the saving throw, can I intercept that so you get to roll it again?
yeah.
That's
Right,
why
I'll
you're
do
there,
that.
mate. So
That's
second,
that was the whole strat.
Yeah,
second attack's a 12.
he's
There you
missed.
So he's missed. But that was the war horse. So this is now the Dragon Army soldier with his longsword out. He takes, and he's swinging down. I'm not going to give him. Should I give him advantage from horseback? Is the only thing? No, I won't do because he's
Not with a longsword. They're not designed for cavalry fighting.
Thank Mark.
With the lance, if you had a lance, you'd get-
Yeah. He does get 2 attacks though. First attack's a 10, misses 22.
Oh,
So that's 4 points of slashing damage plus 1 fire, total of 5.
I'll take that over 12 every day of the week.
Yeah.
It's your chance to respond then, Kel.
Yeah, so I'm going to bonus action. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Good thinking.
I think that's a no-brainer.
Let's put the concentration dot on you. There we go.
not the same AC, no?
And then I'm going to take 2 mighty swings at my mate, Dragon Army soldier.
So you're going for the Dragon Army soldier on top of the horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. He's got a 200 sword. That's what they're for.
To go through the horse as well.
go through cavalrymen.
21 hits.
That's a 21.
Yeah.
Make sure I click on the right one. So that's 12 points of damage on the first.
Yeah.
Kind of poke him in the chest. And then number 2.
He said number 2.
You did say number 2.
That's a
Oh,
natural 20 for a 27.
Go for
And
it.
I'd like to make that a divine smite, please, Dave.
I'll be honest with you. After as he's charging forwards, you take the hit from his sword, and his momentum, the first stab, goes right through his left flank. You've probably pierced his kidney, possibly his spleen. He's not going to last much longer. So just now that you've critted.
Okay. Incidentally, I don't have to. It's automatically brought up the crit damage for me. Which I didn't know.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does, mate.
I always forget though.
All right, so I've got. So he does 14 damage, but I've got 2 1s to reroll there.
Okay.
Bear with me.
So it's 12.
You don't need it.
20.
21 damage.
12. Yeah. How does he die?
So I think as a sword pierces his flank, Cal just lifts it up and through.
Oh, that
And
would
partially cuts some of him
horrendous.
through, but brings the body and kind of just flips
Yeah.
it.
Flick it on the
Next.
wall, make it a bit taller. We'll Spartan this
And
shit.
he's now looking down a very, very confused warhorse who's like,
We just
Go
remove these
Leggit
tokens as I go. Yeah, so Kel said that's bonus. Yeah, I'm assuming. Are you going to move? No.
no, I'm going to stand fast.
Okay, Leggett's 10.
Okay, doke. You know, with my chromatic orb, it wouldn't have an environmental effect, would it? If it was to cast it at something, because you pick the element, don't you? That you're casting,
Oh.
of like acid, ice, fire, blah blah blah.
Yes,
If I was
I'm quite happy for you too.
All I'm thinking is casting chromatic orb against the water to freeze the water, and hopefully freeze the warhorse in it, make it difficult
Wars,
to
isn't it?
cross.
Which one? The one at the back?
One in the water.
The one in the water. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll to hit. What I'll do, if it's all right with you, I'll use that as artistic license to damage the actual horse. But we'll say it's freezing the water and it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll to hit.
Before.
Ooh, that's close. Yeah, that hits. Big target. $16. Yeah, and I'm. Okay. So that horse. What I'm going to say to you then, mate, is depending on how. So you wanted to freeze it in place.
Yeah, freeze it in place and then make it obviously difficult terrain for others to cross. You know, it's ice, slippery.
Okay.
Blah blah.
Okay. We're stretching it if we're thinking about multiple targets because it is a single target spell.
Okay.
So with a 16, it's not enough to kill it outright, but it's enough, as far as I'm concerned, to take it out of the combat. So all of its legs, perhaps 3, or at least 2 diagonal legs, are trapped in the ice, and I'm going to remove it from combat as if you've killed it, type thing. Does that seem reasonable to you?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It does take us. Oh, anything else? Because you're still clinging on as this. I do like it as you and Nordan on the back of this rock throwing spells.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
If we were a cartoon, it would look cool.
it's still on the neck of the rock with his shirt off. Now rubbing his nipples a little bit.
And ruined.
He's loving it. No, there's not much else he can really do from.
Okay.
I suppose he could throw a taunt that way, couldn't he? As a bonus action.
Definitely.
Kender taunt. Come and have a go.
Yeah, let's have a taunt.
I feel like the rubbing of the nipples is the taunt, like the
Yeah,
the battle cry
I
or
was just-
something.
I was just about to say that, Tom. Yeah, while it's
Yeah.
Which one are you taunting?
Fucking down.
Oh.
Let's taunt this chap here,
Okay.
the one that's about to cross.
I believe he has a saving throw.
Okay.
What's
Wisdom saving throw DC 13.
a wisdom saving throw DC 13? I'm going to give him disadvantage because you're on a rock and you're rubbing your nipples. Which is lucky because he rolled a natural 20 and then a 5.
Oh.
So he fails.
Oh.
So what happens to him now? Because this is the first time we've used Kender Taunt, really, isn't it?
Yeah, so he's a little bit confused about what he's seeing. He's seeing this giant rock flying around the sky with Kender straddling its neck, his legs akimbo, holding on with one
Rubbing his
hand,
nipple.
tweaking his nipple with the other hand, and he's sort of just blowing kisses his way as he flies past.
Does he have to attack you?
And
Or
it's just
if he fails his
So
save.
it's not really saying anything to insult him, or like he's just getting his attention and just like completely confusing, befuddling him. And I think the dragon army soldier is a little bit confused, both just generally and a little bit sexually at this point. He doesn't know what to think.
I was going to say, he's slightly aroused.
Oh,
He's
stop.
aroused, he's angry, he doesn't really know what he's looking at.
It's nice, but he doesn't like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he does like it and he doesn't want to. This is going along the theme of Alan Partridge. Would you like me to lap dance for you?
Oh, you vulcanized rubber.
So what's the game mechanic though, Randy?
There you go, mate. Sorry.
What's the game mechanic? I think he gets disadvantage to attack everyone else, does it, or something?
Yeah, he has disadvantage on attack rolls against targets other than you until the start of the next turn.
Wicked. Okay. I need to give him. I'm gonna give him the frightened little symbol.
What the fuck? I want me mum. I didn't sign up for this shit. What's going on?
So if
Is there no icon for sexually confused?
There isn't, I don't think.
Okay. We'll go with frightened.
I've got a turned icon. Let's see what that.
He's turned.
Oh, it's just a red version. Yeah. Okay. Nordan.
Does he not get his turn?
He does. Well done. Yeah. Oh, yes, he does. Thanks, Sam.
Hey, I like to bend things my way, but I'm honest.
Yeah. So the warhorse is going to move into. I'm going to have to take it off snap to grid on time. There we go. Snap to grid. Douche. So the warhorse on Arthas.
Yeah.
Rolls 7. It's a natural 1, which works nicely. So we'll say the warhorse is skidding on the ice. But a fellow Malad. I'm just trying to imagine what his expression would be. We'll skip over it. He has 2 attacks at disadvantage against Arthas. First one rolls 12. Second one rolls 6. This is going remarkably well. Nordan. Oh, hello, Kelevendros. Oh, here we go.
Can I make my attack?
Yeah.
You've got to take the attack opportunity for attacking Arthas because you're not allowed to attack Arthas when I'm stood there.
Dave,
I'm
you've
going to
still
let
got an
11
attack against
miss.
me.
Yeah, 11 misses, mate. That was for the soldier.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. No good. No good this turn. Yeah, Nordan.
Anyone?
you've still got an attack on me, Dave. You only
Yeah,
had
hang
one.
on. Was that?
It-
Did that guy not fall off his horse?
No,
we
he
saved.
made his
I rolled a
saving throw.
20.
I think we're all up to date. I was thinking you were casting 2 mold earths, but I'm quite happy for you to do that before you, so you can have this as a proper round. But we are up to date. There was 2 melee attacks against you, Mark. Both missed.
Was
I
there?
just did them.
Oh,
I just did them really quick, and one was a 7, which.
So your man at the back.
Yeah.
He's standing on this. What I can only describe would be the rock's shoulders. You know, like standing high in the saddle with his sleeves rolled down, and he's like, "Let's go, boys!" And he's going to He's going to hurl a firebolt at him, at the man at the back.
Roll to hit.
Is he Loki using gust to make his hair blow in the wind?
That's a 24.
24 hits.
9 points of damage.
Okay,
Right.
9 points of damage it is. Anything else as your.
No, he's going to hold at that. So he's going to. I don't know how he's commanding the rock. Maybe it's like a mental link because he's summoned it. So he's going to have the rock sort of hovering above this wall that they've now created.
Oh, okay,
And
right.
just standing there, sort of just blasting his firebolt, and then sort of just maintaining and waiting.
And just looking down
I mean,
in
he's
front
there
of you
for
to
the
see
rule
what
of
Leggit's
cool.
doing.
He's there for the rule of cool, so he will stand there. He doesn't care.
Nice. So that takes us. I think it is then his turn, isn't it? Yes, it is him. So he is going to start throwing javelins as he this javelin as he gets it out of this case that he's got probably at the side of the war horse, and the end of it ignites in fire. He's going to aim towards. It's kind of a choice. I'm going to roll a d4. Arthas. So you're closest to him, so he is going to try and throw 2 javelins towards you. The first attack is a 10.
Nope.
The second attack is a 23.
That does hit me.
Yep. So that's 8 piercing.
So that's 4 piercing. No, 5 piercing, sorry.
Yeah, and 3 fire.
5, 6, 7, 8 total.
So 8 in total, yeah.
That smells of cheesing beans.
That is his turn. The Kelevendros soldiers, I've linked them all together. I'm not doing it individual. Because they're wounded, they only move 15. So 5, 10, 15. They only make it to this ford. Let's close their ranks in a little bit, which is probably not. Yeah. But that does take it to Arthas.
Right. I've got my sword out, so I can't cast, which is annoying. So I'm just going to swing at the fella that's just hit me. Well, yeah, the fella on the horse, like a bastard.
Yep.
And I'll use me. You know what it's called? I can't remember what it's called. You know
Precise
what I mean?
strike.
That's the fella, so I'll get advantage. So here we go. Longsword. Advantage. Roll. I hope that hits. I'll cry.
26 hits.
1 off a crit, tatters. So damage plus what was it? Oh, we've worked out how to do this properly.
2d8 plus 4. Just roll another d8, Mark. Though.
Yeah, I'll do it properly next time.
So 15 in total is a big chunk of his life.
And I've still got I can't do anything bonus action because I've got my sword out. I'm gonna have to get that feat, the one that lets you bum goats while you're still, mating with the ostrich that you met the night before.
Always handy. So now we get the event for this map. Mark, roll a d8 for me, please. Another d8.
Oh yeah. That's a 7.
7 is right. Now then, this is where, because as I was rereading through it today, we're going to have to add a little bit of artistic license, because I said the skies were clear. There was nothing challenging you. When you roll a 7 on this event, a dragonel flies overhead. But it doesn't get involved with the fight. It does drop a screaming Calaman soldier next to...
Me, bring it.
Next to Kelevendros, and as Cal's fighting, you've impaled this lad, brought him down. Right next to you, you hear this thud and a squelch, and there's a Calaman soldier just exploded next to you as he dies on impact. That, however, takes us to the top of the round, and Kel, it's your turn.
I wish that could be shared on the stream.
Oh, let me show. See if I can show Mark.
Oh.
You probably can't see it, can you? This is why you need your phone with you, mate.
Yeah, I can see a Boyd.
Yeah.
It's there's a bit
I
more
assume
to
it's
it there,
doing a
Mark.
poo because everyone went, ugh.
No. Hold on.
Oh,
let's
no.
look at it.
Oh, no.
Right, what's Kel do?
They are.
Oh! That's quality.
I'm just going to try and batter the soldier twice, I think.
Sure. Yeah, he's well within range of you.
So, first attack. 18 to hit.
18 is going to hit him.
Okay. Reroll that one.
So 8 plus.
That's better. So 12
12.
points of damage.
How does he die?
Yes.
I think it's like just a big thrust up into the chest. Like gets between like underneath his breastplate and kind of comes up through his lung.
Okay.
And then comes back out and he just kind of gargles and falls into the water.
Sure. So you do have a second attack.
Are the horses a threat?
If all I'll say to you is, if you used your second action to slap the horse on the rump and go, yeah, we'll take it out of combat. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Or grab it and use it, Tom. We could get some soldiers out on them horses.
Yeah. Would you let me do that as a second attack, or is that an action, Dave? Trying to calm a horse.
Well, it'll be an animal handling check, but if you roll badly, it will stay in combat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, slap
but none of us
its
have
butt
animal
with the flat of
handling.
your sword. And
Yeah, I'm
shout
just
at
gonna
it.
slap it on the arse because my animal handling. I'm not great with animals.
Thing is, we
Okay.
can,
It's a
we can
wisdom
probably
skill,
find it
Tom.
later if we play our cards right. We can look
Well-
for the horses afterwards.
We'll
Sorry,
see.
what was that, Sam?
It's a wisdom skill. You're a paladin.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least a +3 or 4.
Paladins are charisma casters, mate.
Oh, it's the cleric.
Yeah, I missed the pants.
So Leggit.
We've just got this chap left.
Yeah.
You said something about a dragon owl. Sorry, I was looking for a picture of a naked guy on the back of an eagle. It took a while, so
Yeah, forget about the Dragonel, mate. Don't worry about it.
It dumped
I
a
heard
dead
that
body
bit.
on us like a bomb, but missed.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll throw a first level chromatic orb against this chap.
Okay, roll to hit.
Acid this time.
Sure.
Spice things up a little bit. The 22 to hit,
Rolling
Lee.
well tonight, Blue.
Yeah, not too bad.
You'll be right, mate.
20 points of acid damage.
Is that first level or second level, did you say, mate?
That's first level.
Oh, that's 48, that.
No, that was second level.
So 17 points of
Not
damage.
bad. Yeah.
Yep. You. How does your acidic chromatic orb destroy him?
I'll I'm envisioning sort of the Wizard of Oddwitch, just kind of melting into a puddle, feet first. And just kind of dissipating into nothing, into just a puddle of goo.
Nice.
Melts.
So, strictly speaking, the war horses now are not doing anything. The rest of the Calaman troops are able to make their escape, and so
three of them mount up and run.
Say again, sorry.
Party. We have three of them mount up and make for the lead party and make Darrett aware we're here.
What I'll ask you to do then is I'll ask you to make a group animal handling check, unless someone wants to step forward and volunteer.
I'm rolling on a +1 here.
I'm +0.
+2.
Can we use the rules of Lord of the Rings and I speak to him in Elvish?
Well, because you've still got this
group. Because that I think +2 is probably the best. That's not doing group.
Got a bit of that, Mark.
Oh.
Yeah, I only got you broke up as you were explaining that you had got a +2.
Yeah. So are we going to do? Is it worth me doing it, or shall we do a group one?
I'm inclined to say a group to try and increase our odds.
That's what I was thinking. Right then, I'll roll my portion, so to speak. Oh, here come the rolls. 8. Please roll better than me. Oh no, we've all just been.
We nailed combat, but
Yeah, the horses go. I don't think so,
know
boys.
What we're doing with horses.
No, the horses, the one that's trapped in ice breaks free of the ice, and all the rest of them now that they sort of like a flock mentality. They all go north. They're all running away from you. But you do notice that a dozen mounted soldiers gallops from the tree line, rushing south towards the crossing. Calaman colours are visible in these soldiers' armour, despite the dents and stains of battle. It's easy to pick out Darrett among the riders in his distinctive Solamic armour. Another figure sits behind Darrett, sharing his steed. As he reins in, and he's coming from this direction now, and there's 12 or so mounted Calaman soldiers with him. And as he approaches, he reins in, and the just look of amazement on his face, and he'll say to you, "My friends, never fail to amaze me." And as he says this, an arrow shoots past his head, and he says, "We need to go. We need to go. We've managed to divert most of the army. We'll see these lads safe, but can you escort them to the rendezvous point?"
Where's the rendezvous point?
Fallback point is to the east. It's about 6 miles to the east.
Yeah, man, we can.
Yeah, and he'll say we'll reconvene then. So he sort of spins around.
So sorry, Dave. Just because I want to be honest about it, we did a 30-mile flight out.
Yeah.
And then we've got 6 miles to the rendezvous point.
Yep.
I'm going to make a note of it so we can track. Because what I don't want to do is using this rock longer than.
Yeah.
Is it
you also don't want to not use it because it's great. It's huge.
How many miles do we get, Sam?
I think it's like 140 or something. I'm just about to check now.
it was in the hundreds for sure.
It was over 100. I know that much.
We worked out. We got enough time.
144 miles.
Of note, I didn't see a time limit on that either.
There isn't. It only talks about miles, which is why I want to track it to keep us honest.
Yeah. Good for you. So, after Darrett turns, you can see that he's setting up another feint. He's leading a lot of these Dragon Army troops away. The other thing that you notice is the person on the back of his horse is. Excuse me, that's the tea. It's making me burp, Vicar. On the back of Darrett's horse is Lord Baccharis. And he looks pale.
Even there.
He sort of gives you a wry smile, but he just wheels his horse around and does this feint, leads lots of the dragon soldiers away. By the time you guys with your rock escort the remaining fleeing Calaman troops, Darrett does a full circle and he comes back to meet you at the fallback point. Everyone's battered, everyone's exhausted, but Darrett, as he reins in, he will get down from his horse, looking exhausted, and the first thing he'll say to you is, it looks like we've done it. It looks like the retreat is successful. The Dragon Army forces aren't following. We need to dig in here and camp for the rest of the night tonight and hope that we can recover enough to make it back to Calaman in the morning.
Can we? Is it what sort of spot are we? Is the rendezvous point? Is it easily? I take it they've picked it for a reason. Is it easily in the defensible bubble?
Yes, it's a decent sized hill with rocks on top of it. So let's take you to the overall map, so we know exactly where we are. So you now are just on the top of these rocks here.
Right.
So you've got lots of rocky areas behind you. There's a steep bank coming up to where you are. You cannot, because it's now night time. You're well into dark hours. You can't see you can see the fires of the Dragon Army, and they're in the distance. They don't look like they're approaching.
So, do we risk a fire? I say we probably don't. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Well,
It's not
the
just
other
army,
thing
isn't
I
it?
was, the other thing I was thinking is, do we need to get word to the other contingent in the field?
So, Darrett,
There's a massive chunk of force out there of Calaman soldiers that are on manoeuvre, completely unaware of the fact that there's a Dragon Army
Yeah.
in the field between them and the city.
well, Darrett will say to you in terms of their expedition forces, everyone's now accounted for. Thanks to your efforts flying over with this rock, you managed to save hundreds of men. The Dragon Army forces looked as if they were overwhelmed by you suddenly appearing on this clearly magical creature. But he will also tell you that he has received a scout from Marshal Vendry's forces, and they are travelling from the west to protect the city. They're north of you, north of your position, but they are heading back towards Calaman. They're not in danger.
Be handier if they were coming towards us.
Darrett, I'll try and roleplay as Darrett now. We all know I'm not very good at this, but Darrett will say, well, my plan in the morning is, if we make it through to the morning, is to rendezvous with them. I would like you guys to go ahead back to Calaman to tell them what's happened and prepare the defences in case the Dragon Army troops follow on. I'm not expecting them to, but if you rest with us tonight, so we've got more numbers in case they do attack. But first thing in the morning on this magical steed of yours, if you can head straight back to Calaman, that'll be appreciated.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Right, we need to. I think we ought to get this soldier, the watchman. But
Oh,
no, I'll take a watch through the night.
You're breaking up for me now, Mark. Was that? Is it mine? It might be just mine, Mark.
It's all right for me.
Yeah, it's mine, Mark. Don't worry. It's just mine.
What was I saying? I can't remember.
Something about not wanting to take up the watch.
Oh yeah, but well, I'm only kidding.
You wanted to
not make the
a nap.
so we'll just take a watch. If we're having a long rest, so yeah, we're having a long rest, aren't we? Effectively, are we? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sorry, Ben.
David?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry,
right.
I'm just adjusting everything again.
Like a chip in a cage, honestly.
As you're sort of resting the night, there's no other movement from the Dragon Army forces, so you can go ahead and have a long rest. So Darrett will tell you his tale of what's happened over the past 24 hours. Most of it you know, but he will tell you that. And you noticed next to the campfire, next to, you didn't light a fire, did you? So next to the rest of the troops, Lord Baccharis is just sat there, sort of looking pale, withdrawn, sort of slightly rocking backwards and forwards. Of note, you don't see Baccharis the Younger. And Darrett will tell you that after they'd received the information of this breakaway Dragon Army force, it was Lord Baccharis that wanted to send this force out to secure a victory, and so sure were they of victory that Baccharis the Younger actually led the charge into the Dragon Army forces when the reserves from the Dragon Army swept in from the west. Baccharis the Younger was last seen being pulled from his warhorse. He's lost, presumed dead, which is why Baccharis has gone into shock.
Oh, what a shame. Moving on.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is that Cal would be, no, he'll say this. I'm concerned that he's alive, and he'll say this quietly so Baccharis doesn't hear it. But we'll be using an attempt to get leverage over Lord Baccharis, potential information in the cities. We need to be watchful and we need to be careful.
Right, no, absolutely. And
I think that's a discussion for the elders of the city, because I think they need to be aware of his blunders so that he loses basically all of his power within the city. That's that. He's cocked up, potentially going to be blackmailable for his son. They need to handle it and keep him quiet and under watch.
We need to be not the people who put that forward. We are already not in the great graces of Lord. Where are my notes? It's on the tip of my brain.
Miat.
That's it. It sounds like Tiamat. It's Miat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. And Nordan just looks at you like, Cal, what are you talking about? He loves me. Everyone loves me.
Gal just.
Oh, it's that headache again.
Oh, this one has a name. Its name's Nordan.
And any other business throughout the night? Anything else we want to?
I think Nordan would check in with make sure Darrett's okay.
Make sure Darrett's okay.
Darrett's okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
I
Darrett's.
really feel like Nordan is almost adopted him a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
Since what happened at Vogler, so he almost feels a little bit responsible for him now in a weird way.
Yeah.
So as much as he jabs and jokes, he actually does give a crap about Dravet.
Yeah, so Darrett's fine. He's sort of mending the dents in his armor, sharpening his sword, or doing all the usual things that soldiers do. And he has a moment where you're asking about him, and he's straight into the responsible adult mode, and he's saying, he did the best that he could. As soon as the charge happened and the reserves came in, he ordered the what is it when you run away?
The retreat.
The retreat. Thank you. Sorry, words escaping me tonight. He ordered the retreat straight away, and he's looking towards you guys as if to sort of think, was it the right thing to do? And you sort of nod along, and and then you guys turned up, and that's, I think, between us we managed to save hundreds, fortunately. And then he goes into the Darrett that you met, and he'll say, "But this bird, what the fuck?" You know, when he
And
wants
I
to know
will-
about the bird, and you know all that kind of business.
We'll let Nordan
And
tell
I
us
will-
all
and
that.
that's, I think that's Nordan's angle is that maybe he's because he's quite young, isn't he, Darren? If I remember
Yeah,
right, he's
yeah.
very, very young, and I think that's probably what it is. He wants to give him that affirmation of like, you did well. You know, you were in the middle of this fucking shit situation, and you stepped up. It almost like he's trying to be, what's the name that got killed to him, but he's not a knight. He
Gotcha.
wants to be that sort of ear that he can come up to and go, I don't know about this. No, you've done the right thing. You know, that was, you couldn't have done any better. He's sort of, giving him that sort of affirmation. And then when he joins on the rock, Nordan is like on it. He's in his element. He's like, I know it's amazing.
I want to try and cut him off though and say, yeah, it is amazing. I'll refer you to our resident wizard and point to Leggit, and he'll explain it to you.
It's because he's on board. He's on board with the running gag, and he'll say, "Yeah, brilliant. Come on, Leggit, let's take it for a ride."
And it's followed by the, you can go off people.
Leggit
comment.
needs 10 minutes before he can go again. He's currently lying on the back of the rock smoking a fag.
Awesome.
I'd like to quiz sort of Darrett on what he thinks about Lord Baccharis and obviously being sent in the first place. What's his viewpoint on it? Where does he stand? All I'm thinking is what Tom was saying. Obviously, if we're going to almost mutiny against Lord Baccharis, is it Baccharis? And it's not, we ain't got the greatest standing to do that. It was Darrett, you know what I mean, to bring him back to Calaman in chains rather than us.
Straight away, Darrett will say no. The only way I can explain it to you is to tell you his name again, his title. He is Lord Baccharis. The Knights of Solamnia aren't respected in the whole of Corinne, and he'll sort of look for affirmation again towards Arthas, and he'll say, I can lead men in battle, but in terms of making orders and directives, no, he outranks all of us. He is a lord. It's his entitlement. There's nothing we can do.
In the
What
human world,
Girls' blousy is.
We need the backing of someone more powerful than us if we're going to try and discredit him. All we can do is put an honest report in the reports and let them draw their own conclusions.
Yeah.
So you are, if you're doing as I say, you'll be heading back to Calaman to report to Miat.
Yeah.
Marshal Vendry won't have arrived. The rest of these troops won't have arrived. I mean, I wouldn't go heavy-handed because Governor Miat still isn't that keen on how you responded to Baccharis in the first place, as you know.
Nipple. When we get back, Dave, I just want to say, whilst on my last long rest, I've switched out temporarily. What's it called? Fucking hell, sorry. Prayer of Healing. I've switched out for Perpetual Flame, and I want to buy a lantern and the bullseye lantern, which are 10 gold, I think, and 50 gold pieces. But is there a spell component shop in Callum where I could buy ruby dust?
Yeah, it'll be where my mate works.
I want to buy 50 gold pieces worth of ruby dust. I want to use that to cast the spell I've swapped in, which is Perpetual Flame, and I'm going to give the result to Leggit. And so that's a little thanks for your amazing invisibleness, and it'll help me as well because we've now got a permanent bullseye lantern that's not hot. You can just keep it in your backpack, and it'll never ever go out.
We can probably requisition the lantern. We probably don't need to buy it. We can probably just acquire it through stores. You'd hope.
Yeah.
We've got a Kender.
Yeah.
Oh look, a bullseye lantern fell into my bag.
Okay, I'll let you know, when a bullseye lantern is given to me by someone, I will cast a spell into that, and I must remember on next long rest to swap that spell out because it's utterly useless other than for that.
Ruby Dust, however, is a spell component that isn't just going to be lying around. Yeah,
but I'll have to go to the spell component shop. I need 50 gold worth of that, if that's okay.
Sure.
I shall deduct 50.
Okay, so you can acquire a bolt, or Leggit can acquire. In fact, roll your sleight of hand just to see.
If he's already got one, just ooh.
Yeah.
We should have done this as a party of Kenders, just
14.
to let chaos.
Oh, that would have been insanity. No one would have let us in anywhere.
As much as I hate to say it, as Leggit tries to this bullseye lantern is about to fall into his backpack, the Calaman soldier that you're trying to acquire it from spots it. You haven't got one. Unfortunately,
I'll buy one. It's only 10 gold. Right. Right. Let's knock that off.
So what we'll say then, as you see what's happening with, you've all frozen. Does that mean my internet's dropping?
I'm fine.
Okay, you fine.
You went a little bit pixelated, but you're all right.
Okay. So as Leggit tries to lift this, gets caught, Arthas, you turn up and say, I'm sorry. Yeah, excuse my friend.
Come on.
Yeah. So the fella, after you've basically saved his life, he'll say, no, you're fine. So you sort of give him 10 gold to compensate for the Kenderness.
Thank you. We just wanted a lantern. I didn't know he was going to try and steal it from you.
Yeah, no worries.
I didn't think he was going to try and steal it from the shop. I'll say nothing about
that. Happy to move forwards then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the rest of the night passes without any disturbance. The sun starts to rise. You've had your long rest. Darrett appears, and he'll just reinforce everything that he said to you. Is make sure Miat knows what's happening. I'll rendezvous with Marshal Vendry. We'll all come back to the city, and it looks like we need to camp in the city now. But I wish you luck, and I'll see you soon.
I'll give him the.
We leave. It doesn't look like the Dragon Army or any cloaks. Everything looks safe for their withdrawal.
Say that again, sorry, dude.
So everything looks, before we leave them, it all looks safe for us to withdraw without, leave them to withdraw on their own and stuff.
I'm going to cabbage the egg quickly and top my drink up.
Something.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm going to have to do something with my internet, aren't I? That's ridiculous. So you have. Are you going back on the rock? Yeah.
I think
So
so.
you now in.
Have to, because we're going to use the mileage either way, so we may as well get back quicker than.
Yeah. That's what I thought you were going to decide. We're back with a Banksy in the background.
I have repositioned myself. I've got responsibility.
That's not responsibility. That's a collapsed dog.
Yeah.
For now.
For now.
Yeah. So you've got the advantage of height when you're on the rock. You can see the Dragon Army forces are they're still camped where they were, possibly breaking camp, and it doesn't look like they have any intention to march in on force. You can still see as you're flying over Nightland. So if you're back on the map, you're here. You can sort of do a little bit of a recce. I'm not going to add any miles to your rock. You can still see the Dragon Army forces, most of them camped in the village of Vogler. Nothing else is approaching Calaman as you make your final approach towards Calaman. How do you want to approach? Where do you want to go?
So what's the mileage then? Is it 30 minus 6?
It's what we'll say is we'll call it 60 in total.
60 for the round trip.
Yep.
the whole trip, everything we've done. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like I said, I'm just keeping honest and.
Yeah. You mostly hovered, didn't you, during the fight? So.
Yeah.
I'm a proponent of landing right outside of the
where we took off.
the main castle. Yeah.
Oh no, we took off outside the city gates.
Um,
You want to land in the city? Make a statement.
well, look, you're the pilot,
Nordan's
and you're known for dramatic flair. So
that's Nordan's style. I didn't think it was going to be Kel's style.
So Cal acts like the dad of the group, but he's probably, I think he might be he was on the younger side out of the group. So he acts like the dad, but he's a bit of a kid. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. I'm technically older than all of you.
But
For an elf, I'm extremely young. So I have to balance that sometimes.
So
if you want to go for showmanship, I'm well on board.
So as you're flying over Calaman, you notice, same as you'd be aware of this, there's less activity than usual. As you fly down towards Castle Calaman itself, if you remember, it's on a hill by itself. Let's give you the. Where was it? Was it on this one? On the second one. Oh no. Oh. Okay. So there's the image of Calaman. So as you're flying over, the castle itself, if you remember, is kind of on a cliff anyway, with the big path leading up. It would be dangerous to land anywhere other than at the bottom end of this path leading up. So you fly the rock in, you can hear sort of exasperated screams, because it's a time of war at the end of the day, and this unknown quantity is flying over. But of the few guards that are there, they managed to calm the populace, and you managed to clear sort of in a square type area next to the road that leads up to the castle. They clear a landing spot for you. And one of the guards will approach you. And the first thing he does is he'll say, "Oh, it's good that you've returned. You'll not believe this. We've had a retinue of Knights of Solamnia arrive in the city. A dozen heavily armored Knights of Solamnia. They're in the keep now. They've gone up to talk to Miat." And he's sort of looking at the rock.
Oh, don't worry about him. I can't think of a name for him yet, so we're going to go with Rocky the Rock. But if you think of something better, you let me know, soldier. That's your task.
Interesting.
Have I got my lieutenant's badge or whatever rank we were given around? Nordan would wear that shit. He'd be right here. They'd be like, "That's your task, soldier. When I come back, I want a name for that thing."
I'm tempted with Razzle.
Randy the Rock.
Randy. So I'll see what I could do. So shall we have the Rock landing on one of the spires and just sat there until he's summoned type thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So as soon as you shout, as soon as you shout, "Macho Man!" it will fly down to you. Right. So as you head up this steep path, again, there's no soldiers about. You know why. As you get to the outskirts of the castle, Castle Calaman's courtyard is largely deserted, as most of the city's defenders remain where the troops are to the west of the city. Near the covered cloister leading to the city's council conference rooms are 2 heavily armoured Knights of Solamnia on horseback. One of them holds a banner bearing a prominent rose emblem. So Arthas would well be aware of being a Knight of Solamnia. Let me just make this visible to you. Both knights, as you enter this exposed courtyard beyond these 2 knights of the council chamber, the 2 knights get down from their horses and draw their swords and hold the swords.
That does look
Point
like
down.
a Knight of Solamnia to me. It looks a bit undead.
You, Arthas, as you approach, you notice that the armor that's being worn by this Knight of Solamnia is ancient. It is.
Oh.
It is the armor of a Knight of Solamnia, but it's incredibly old, covered in rust. And
Can I
as
see his face? Does his eyes glow?
no, you can't see his face. He's looking down, with a sort of tip of his helmet obscuring his face, and the rest of his face is in shadow.
Am I getting bad juju from this as well?
Can you sense it? Do a sense undead or something like that?
Yeah, so that's what.
Paladin.
So if Cal's getting that, like, something's not quite right here feeling, or if you say to him something's not quite
Yeah,
right
I'm just going to say this doesn't. Yeah, something's awry here. Can you just double check? Just be safe.
yeah, so I'll use divine sense, kind of close my eyes, hand around my holy symbol, and kind of push. Like, it's almost like the Force, but you can only feel celestial fiends or undead.
Yeah,
What happens, Dave?
both undead.
I'll
Yeah,
shout.
yeah.
Not. I'll shout.
Nordan's pinging as a fiend.
Yeah, not knights, undead. Draw my
Yeah.
sword. Get ready.
So there's no one else around. It's just you 4 guys and the 2 knights. Let's go on to.
In fact, I won't draw my sword because I want to cast something on my first turn.
Is there anything we could roll, Dave, to know if this is bad or good? Like, like a history check to see if anything like this has ever happened before, or maybe a religion check to see if this is something maybe one of the
I
boys
reckon
might
a history.
know.
I've got history +3, and I think I might being a knight as well. Could I have
You know
a
where I'm
history,
coming
Dave?
from?
I know
I do.
exactly where you're coming from.
Because
Yeah.
obviously the first thing is to fight, but then with everything that's going on in the world, I'm trying to find the words. Would it
Is
be,
it-
well, hang on a minute, this isn't that bad a thing, this is actually possibly a good thing?
It could be like a divine intervention, if you like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably a way of putting it, yeah.
Okay, roll your history then, Mark. You can give yourself a
Right.
minute as well if you want to.
Yeah, I've got me. What's it?
Well, I've got a +6 to history as well.
You do.
And
You get +6.
just that Nordan's been around the block. He's lived on the
Well,
block for 100
I'm
years.
sure we could. Dave wouldn't mind both doing it. You could both see them.
Well, you can.
mine-
What we'll do then is we'll get Nordan with advantage with Arthas discussing it with him.
Yeah, 24.
You've rolled a 24 on that anyway.
Should we see if I can do any better? Not that much worse.
No.
I think we might be Death Knights, in which case we're in big, deep doo-doo.
So in terms of history, between the 2 of you, nothing like this has ever happened before. There's
Do I
no
not know
such.
the legend of Lord Soth?
Say again, sorry.
Do I not know the story of Lord Soth?
Yes, you intimately know the downfall of Lord Soth. Lord Soth led to the downfall of the Knights of Solamnia with him not stopping the cataclysm. You would all have probably have heard his name, but Mark, you would know his story. But this in the history of known history to all of you, with a 24 doesn't seem to have ever happened before.
I've never
But-
heard of more than one Death Knight. You know,
With-
they don't hang around with each other, do they?
Again, you've only ever heard. You've not heard of a Death Knight necessarily. You've heard of a
Cursed
fallen,
knight.
your cursed knight that has fallen into disrepute, and why you'd fallen into disrepute. You remember that Lord Soth was married, and he fell in love with an elven priestess while they were being attacked. He rescued and then fell in love with her, and then he, when his wife died in mysterious circumstances, he married this elf woman, and then he was tasked with stopping the cataclysm by Paladin. And as he rode off, the elven priestess's companions found him and told him that she was being unfaithful. So instead of stopping the cataclysm, which was his holy task, he went back to Dargard Keep in Nightland, when it used to be called Nightland with a K, not an N. And he could have prevented the cataclysm, and he didn't. And he slew his wife as the cataclysmic fire took over him, and he was cursed forever. But with a 24, you would know that this armor is pre-cataclysm. So it's quite possible that they are undead under the control of Lord Soth.
Right.
Yes, so this was sort of
There's
what
no
I
such-
was fishing for, is that actually these are good
I
guys,
don't
not bad
think
guys.
there's
sort
such a
of thing.
thing as good
Nope.
undead in this setting.
Oh.
No.
I think the fact that they're undead means they want to eat our brains.
But is it again, not to quote it too much, but is it a Lord of the Rings style situation where they want to come and break the curse by actually stopping a second cataclysm or second potential cataclysm?
I would vote again. I'd say probably not. As I said, I've never yet to hear of a in this setting. I know that doesn't make sense coming from my character of a nice undead, but we'll just see. We're not just attacked.
They've not attacked us. They've not attacked us. They've not been aggressive towards us.
They've drawn their swords. That's the only thing they've done. I'll hail them, Dave, and just say, "What is your purpose?"
No response.
Do they not move or come towards us?
They don't
or
move at
anything?
all. They're just stood with their swords pointing down, holding the pommel.
God. All right, guys, what we're gonna do?
Take a step forward and see what
So,
happens.
yeah, Carl's going to go try and walk straight past them and see what happens.
Let's roll initiative.
I was just
There
about
it
to say,
is.
and I swear I was, that I'll walk beside him. We'll
Yeah,
both
that's
go up.
fine, mate. Well, how it goes now is you put yourself. Oops, that's me doing it too quick. You put yourselves where you want to be.
Right. So we'd be sort of here.
Yeah, basically try and walk straight through the middle of them, basically. So,
But I mean, obviously, we were expecting, possible trouble. So
Yeah.
we're not.
What? If
got
you'll
nice
forgive me,
people.
gentlemen, I'm just going to pop you back to there, which is when they react.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause we're in range.
So just you for initiative, Mark.
Sorry. That's on here as well, isn't it? Initiative. Oh my God.
Oh, well done, Mark.
That's
So
semi-decent.
open courtyard. Just behind these two guys is an open door. There's not an official map for this, which is why it's this is map tools cobblestones. It'll do the purpose. So Leggit, as the guys sort of step forward, looking as if they're expecting trouble, you are the first to react as these two knights. The sword comes up and they're going to swing. What does Leggit want to do?
It's still not convinced that they're, wholly bad. Having listened to Sam and Tom's reasoning. Don't want to be the first one to hit and send it spiraling out of control. Well, they're already swinging. You said that they've already
Yep.
picked up their swords to attack. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we've got one trying to take Kelevendros' head off, and the other one has met Arthas before. So
Okay.
I mean, it's not the guys we buried, is it?
no. No, not. He's not actually met you before.
No. I said I'd noticed their armour. Surely.
I was being a knob, Mark.
No, it's all right. I've been cabbaged for days. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. So I'll just I'll cast the 5-volt at this chap, the one nearest me, I think.
Sure. Okay, roll to hit.
No, I won't. I will slingshot him, in fact, because then I get my.
Okay. Okay, 13 doesn't hit. You do notice that these guys, that they are wearing full Solamic plate armor, even though it's ancient. Your sling bullet just goes ting,
I still want it.
and bounces off.
Did I mention it? I want it.
What? Any movement? Any bonuses?
Well, just ready action, I think.
Okay.
Do that. Yeah.
Kelevendros.
So you might not think the whole evil, but we're about to make them holy, and I'm just gonna. So seeing that they've gone to attack, I'm gonna try and get in there first and just batter him
Sure.
best I can.
Don't you do? Isn't there something about paladins and undead that make you better if they're undead?
25 hits. Not well. Smite does extra damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, probably the divine damage, radiant damage.
Radiant damage.
Why do I keep saying divine damage?
I've done it already today as well.
Oh, knew what you meant. Still knew what you meant.
So that is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay, first solid hit. You notice that as you strike this undead creature, the damage from your great sword doesn't seem to be doing its full amount. Second attack.
Okay. Second attack.
Yeah, so they resist.
20 hits.
30-20.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to expend a first level spell slot for
Sure.
Divine Smite.
Okay.
Just give it a go. So, it's Divine Smite. It's D8, isn't it? It's a D8. Where's it gone? Where are you?
It's 2d8, isn't it? 3d8 because it's undead.
Yes. So, one spell slot to do 2d8, and then an extra d8 for being. So it's 2d8 plus 2d6. So 3d8 plus 2d6 plus 4.
Yep.
And it's rolled the dice, but it's not giving me the result.
Yeah, because we
25.
hold up. So so 4, 6, and 5 are, so that's 15. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. We are gonna have to do that individually because they're resisting the 6 and the 4. So they're resisting the 6 plus 10 plus your 4 is 14. So they take 7 and 15. Still a mighty thump. Yeah. So yeah. Long story short, your sword slices into it, doesn't do anything, and then you send your holy, your divine energy through it, and it hisses and steams, and it takes the full damage.
Yeah, the radiant flames.
Yeah. So that takes us to Arthas.
Right then, bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Okay. Make that visible to you, Mark. You put that where you want.
I'll do an imitate.
spells. Just going to mark that off. That's a first level slot. No, it's just. Is it first level? It's not, is it? It's second level. Is it?
Second level
That's
for,
it.
for a
Second
spiritual,
level, yeah.
spiritual
Right.
weapon.
Hawky dorky. That's not off there. Then that's off there. And so that's my bonus action. I'm going to cast because I haven't got my sword in my hand yet at this stage. Going to cast. Oh bloody hell! Sacred Flame. So it gets a dex saving throw. 13.
Which one?
The one that's that's by me.
Okay.
The one that's going to be swinging at me in a minute.
Yep. Dexterity saving throw.
DC 13.
Rolls 6.
2d8 radiant damage. 7.
So it takes the full damage from that. Do you want to attack with your spiritual weapon as well?
Can I do that straight away?
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, hell yeah. Let's see, where is he? Spiritual weapon. Here he goes. 21.
21 hits. Come on, spiritual weapon. Yes, Mark.
This is force damage as well, so it's not.
Yeah.
7.
That's 14 damage for the turn from you, then, mate. So now that you've hit these things, their heads do raise, and you see these sort of gaunt skeletal features, and as they hiss at you. That's your turn, then, Mark. Yeah.
That's my turn. Yeah, all used up. I've still got my reaction, but that's it.
Yeah, the one at the bottom then is going to try and swing his longsword at Kelevendros. He rolls a 23.
I will make him re-roll.
Okay. He rolls a 17.
Still hits.
Oh, ball bag.
That's really poor, actually. With 2 hands, that's 3 points of damage, which is the lowest he can do. But after he swings with 2 hands and connects with you, he tries to grab hold of your shoulder and pull you closer for his life drain attack. Rolls a 9. Misses. Nordan.
Oh, shit. So Nordan is going to cast Sacred Flame on the southern enemy.
Yeah.
Dex save 16, please, Dave.
11.
Nice.
Failing all of my saves
that
tonight.
is
You have?
15
I've
points
never
of
seen that happen
radiant
before.
damage.
Does Radiant not do extra damage? Just the taking it? Yeah. Got to ask him. Yeah.
And then he's going to shout, "Is there nothing Paladin can do here?" It's frustrating because I've played a cleric for a year and nearly 2 years.
I can turn undead, but I would imagine turn undead is more of a "oh dear, they're hurting us" sort of thing, rather than we're kicking shit out of them.
So because these now you would identify these are wights as they've hissed at you, and you can see their full visage now. The one at the top is going to try and attack Arthas. First attack, 12 to hit. As he misses, he'll try and use his life drain attack. Rolls a 10, misses.
Yeah.
Leggit.
Eyeball.
Nice.
The chap closest to me.
Go for it.
16.
16 misses. Again, it's because of because of the armor. He sees it coming and shrugs it off once he's a little bit like Dinjarin would.
Regularly.
I'm going to bonus action steady aim. So I'm not moved.
Okay, yeah. So if you'd have done the bonus action, okay. So that's for next round.
Yeah, that's for next round.
Gotcha. Okay. Kelevendros.
is going to try and finish this guy off to his right.
Sure.
Nope.
Not
So
with a
I've got
10, you know.
10 to hit. Nope. So second attack. 14. Nothing.
Nope. Nothing. Not good enough. So this thing is fast and it's well armored. It takes a dodges one, takes one on the armor. Arthas.
Right.
As a bonus action, I want to cast Shield of Faith as well. Sorry, Dave.
So no, that's all right, mate. My fault for skipping.
No.
Got you.
I'm going to have me spiritual weapon move to there and have a tweb at him, the guy that's nearly dead, hopefully. Come on. Come on. No, miss.
Nope.
And that's my bonus action, so I can't draw my sword. So I'll use Sacred Flame on the guy near me.
You can draw your sword, Mark, this time. You're not casting. You can do.
Oh, brilliant!
Would it not qualify as a move action?
I will
Different game.
Hit with the sword. It's silvered. I don't know if that means he'll take it or not. I imagine not. But I will put a what's it into it, so I get advantage.
Sure.
So we go. Long sword with advantage. Roll.
What lot?
23.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
Right, so 2d8. Nice. +4.
16. That slices through him, and the silver, similar to the radiant damage, hisses as it touches his skin.
Nice.
It is, however, the lad at the bottom's turn. He's going to rinse and repeat. So longsword to hit Kelevendros is 7 to hit. He'll try for a life drain attack. 19.
Just
I'll
hit.
make him roll again.
11. Nordan.
Funnily enough, I'm going to rinse and repeat. I'll have a dex saving throw on the one on the south, please, Dave.
Sure. He rolls 14.
Nice. And he takes another 15 points of radiant damage.
How does that one die?
Not liking that, yeah.
I think I had established that just a silver moon appears, didn't I? And just sort of sets him on fire. So yeah, and I imagine he's sort of. I'm sure there's a movie. I can't think of what it is where he's just on fire and he just sort of, just
Nice.
takes his life essence out.
Anything else?
No, I'm going to stay well back. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the second knight of Solamnia. He longsword attack against Arthas 7 is going to miss.
Nope.
Life drain attack is a crit 24.
That unfortunately I can do nothing about.
That is a total of 9 points of necrotic damage.
Right.
You need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Come on. Oh, I hope that passes.
That's got to pass. That's got to pass.
Yeah, I'll not be happy. What was the necrotic damage, Dave? How much?
9.
9. Oh, I can't even reduce that. That smells of poo.
Okay. That takes us to Leggit just as I go for a week. I'll be right back. You can take your turn now. I can still eat.
I'll slice a little banana while that's happening.
Slice
Yeah, where's the verbose mark? This is simple mark. We don't like simple mark.
That's why I stuck with skin. I was like, skin's got to come up.
So it's a 20 to hit with advantage. With my aim. Dave. A roll hit.
I think I'm a very quiet hit, sir.
Yeah, so that's a hit, And how do you want to kill that one, Andy?
I look forward to you running, Sam.
He's back. He's back.
12.
Did the 20 hit, Dave?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, not
That's
not quite enough.
Cool.
Anything else?
Bonus action, steady aim, I guess. Again,
Okay.
Dave. Probably won't get to take it, but
Sure. So just so you remember, you can bonus action first, so you can steady aim, not move, and then
yeah. I realise that.
Goody.
I should have done that first round. Really.
not sorry. It's Kel's
Never
turn.
mind. Yeah.
You step up.
Yeah.
2 attacks.
Yep.
It's a 16.
16 misses.
Yeah. Two 16s.
Oh, God.
Okay, so this lad, he's just taking it on the armor. The armor is dented and battered. Arthas' turn.
I'm going to take a swing at him first with my normal weapon. No, whichever one I find first. Right, normal weapon. Again, I'll put a. Will I?
A spell on you?
Yes. Yeah, I'll put another precise strike on.
Mhm.
So that's
21
gonna be
hits.
+4, so that's 10.
How does that one
And
die?
then, oh, wicked! That just takes what takes the skull right off the top of the shoulders, and it just bounces across the floor. And it'll crumble.
Just collapses to the floor in front of you. So in front of you now, you've got the door that leads into the chambers where the council chambers. What do you want to do?
We need to go get our asses in there really fast, I think.
Yeah. Okay. As you near the chamber where the governor and the city council are meeting with the Knights of Solamnia, the halls are empty. The council chamber doors stand ajar, and its guard is absent. Through the room's usual buzz of conversation, everything is silent, and on the air you get a metallic smell. The smell of
At no point have we seen a single
blood.
dead body.
Nope. You've not seen a live body or an undead body. You've seen nothing at all as you're racing through the council chamber.
Dave, that armour that those two chappers were wearing, is it usable?
I do hope so.
You've battered and banged the shit out of it, but who knows? Maybe. So you're approaching the council chamber. What's you going hell for leather straight in?
Yeah,
So-
I'll bolster myself as we go in, and I'll keep the spiritual weapon as close to me as I can. I know it doesn't move as fast.
Yeah, no, that's fine. How long does spiritual weapon last for?
It lasts 4.
I'd say a minute or 10. I can't remember.
I thought it was 1 minute, but I'm not sure.
It
It
might
might
be
be.
1 minute.
I might be being
One
hopeful with the
bonus
10.
action. It is
I
1
think it
minute,
is,
so
yeah.
that's going to go before we get there anyway.
Yeah, and it'd struggle to keep up. The Shield of Faith, however, is 10 minutes, I believe. Yeah.
I've still got that going down.
So, as you enter the council chamber, the scene of slaughter spills across the council chamber. Several guards wearing the colours of Calaman soldiers lie tangled amid skeletal remains of tarnished Solamic armour. The bloody bodies of Calaman's council members slumped in high-backed chairs and across the room's large table. At a position of honour opposite the door, Governor Kalof Miat's body is transfixed to his chair with a gleaming great sword piercing his chest. Next to the governor's body, a man in Solamic armour rocks back in a chair. He props his booted feet on the table as he balances a scroll in one finger. So, I'm going to give you an image of this fella.
Let's have a look at him. It's going to have to look mighty friendly for me to not run and twat him. He does look mighty friendly, though.
Is he covered in blood, Dave?
No.
He looks very
No.
much alive.
He's
Yeah,
also
and he looks really friendly.
he appears to be mostly he's unarmored as well, as he's sat there with his boots up, just holding this scroll, messing around with it. Arthas, you've met him. You trained with him. You know him well. This is a knight of the sword, known as Durston Rial.
Durston. I'll say, Durston, what is going on? What the hell are you doing here?
Noticing you, the knight stands. He clears his throat and bombastically declares, "Hail, friends, and fear not. Your heroes have arrived," as he indicates himself and the rest of the undead knights. Where were they? Knight Caradoc, bring word that the Knights of Solamnia are, at this very moment, en route with all manner of pomp and moustache wax, and whatever else they bother with these days. He gestures at the corpses about the room. Do try to contain yourselves better than this lot did. As he becomes aware of you, you say to him, Durston, he'll sort of look around and he'll say, Oh, I'm sorry. Did you know this form before? What a shame.
Right. Yeah, I mean, he looks friendly. I would have been his friend. He was a friendly-looking guy, and he's
Hang
killed.
on.
I'm strongly suspecting that something's taken him over. So
Who's Caradoc? Can we do a check on that name?
Yeah, Caradoc.
Yeah, you can have a history check if you like. You can do the same as last time if you want it.
yeah.
Well, it would be because, you'd both need to roll.
I've got 13,
Got 19.
19.
I don't know why I
Uh,
have a high history roll, but I do.
it's intellect based, isn't it? I believe. So with a 19, you are aware of Caradoc. It's an obscure knight. Order of the Rose, died during the Cataclysm, is all you recall.
So therefore, he's probably a Death Knight, which that's really, really bad news.
And how many knights are with him?
He's there by himself. Everyone else is dead. All of the skeletal
Okay.
bodies and all of the governor, the leaders of Calaman, they're all dead. He's the only moving thing in here other than you guys.
So does it look like he killed the undead?
It looks like the guards fought the undead and killed each other. And this thing is the only thing still alive.
Would Kel's detection thing still be active?
I would use it if given opportunity.
Okay.
I'll just lean in and say, look, this is not. I know this guy, and this is not him. It's make sure everyone's aware that, that's not my friend over there.
Okay.
My friend.
Oh,
My friend.
So because as you've mentioned this before, you sort of you take your symbol out to Paladin. This guy Durston, as Arthas would know him, or he's identified himself as Caradoc, he'll sort of sneer at you and say, "I wouldn't bother with that. You'll not detect me." And you do get he's human. Seems to be human.
It's Caradoc, was it?
That is I. You're the saviours of Calaman, then I take it.
Well, we also go by other names, but I won't bore you with them too much.
Oh, bore me. Bore away.
It's an exhaustive list of names that we go by.
The Calaman Commandos.
Yeah.
I need to
Dave,
get
I'm
the
going
fucking
to
list
spray
up.
him with Windex.
Oh shit! Still
Put
for
up
me,
for him.
boys. Let me get the
Right
list
here.
up. So, you don't know who we are. You don't know any points, Arthur. You don't know this man here because he seems to know you.
He sort of squints and says, "Moustache wax, vacant expression."
That's me.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, he must be a knight of Solamnia. You're the real deal. Ah, yes, I had to use a little bit of subterfuge to get us into the chambers and just to discredit the order a little bit more.
So if you wish to discredit the order, what order are you representing?
I'm here on my lord's orders. That's for me to know.
Lord.
You'll not find out my lord's name from.
So who's the scroll for?
This is for the people of Calaman. I've not decided to give it to you yet.
Give it to us.
Well,
Well-
as you've wiped out nearly all of the headshed, would we not be the next logical step in that path to represent the people of
Yeah, I
Calaman?
strongly assume Lord Bakaris isn't amongst the dead, so he'll be
That's a
bloody
shame.
him.
He
Yeah, behind
looks.
me.
He looks over you and say, "Leaders of Calaman." No.
Oh no, I wouldn't call myself a leader. Just that we probably have the highest. We are holding the highest rank currently, as I can see. And he's looking at the floor, but he's trying to play it like he's not that bothered. But maybe there are hints of it coming
Not
through.
very scared of you, you shit.
As I can see that you've disposed of everybody else.
He'll say,
Shut up, pussycat.
you do raise an interesting point, but no, I think I'll wait for the is it Vendry, I believe? I'll wait for Vendry to arrive.
Or
I feel Vendry may not respond in such a calm manner as I myself have. Vendry is, how do they put it? Short of the fuse.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, I can wait. I can wait. You do at this point, as he's talking to you, behind him, you notice that there. If you can imagine where there's a wall panel, it looks as if the wall panel has been pushed in, almost as if there was a sort of a secret door behind the wall panel. You've been in this chamber before. You know there's no actual exit where this is. But there's also a trail of blood leading to where this hole now is.
I'm afraid we're going to have to insist on you handing over that scroll, friend.
Can't do it. I need someone even vaguely important.
I'll just turn and quickly, quietly say to Leggit.
What was that? Sorry.
You've got an invisible mage hand, possibly. Yeah, we'll keep him talking bullshit. See if he can sneak it out of his hand.
Yes.
Shut up, pussycat.
Okay, interesting. So let's have a series of rolls then, just to see, because he's sort of playing with it, sort of nonchalantly. So we need a.
And he'll not be paying attention to the Kender.
Yeah. We'll need a sleight of hand check.
And to try and draw his attention, I'm going to start walking across the room towards him.
Yeah.
In case I give you any kind of advantage.
Dude, if sometimes I do wish that you could see my rolls. You rolled a natural 1, I've rolled a natural 20. So he sees the mage hand coming. He knows exactly what's happening. Oh,
I never did me bolster. D8 plus 5, Dave. Did this on the way in, so that's 9 hit points back. Temporary.
He, as you try and snatch it, he sort of taunts you even more now, and he'll say, "Oh, sorry, did you want this? You're gonna have to try harder than that."
Now, I'm just wondering if we can take this guy.
Cal's had enough. Calm Cal's gone. Hot-headed Cal's in his place, and he's going for it.
Yeah, I really want to hit him.
So
I'm under the impression that he's sort of murdered my friend's soul and taken his body. Is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And I don't like that happening to people at all.
Let's roll initiative.
Here we go. Come on, you not a 3. Nearly always a 3. Now it's a 2. Awesome. It wasn't. I said don't be a 3.
It's a small victory, mate.
You've got
I'm playing it.
large table in front of you. That's where Caradoc is at the minute. You guys have entered here. You can sort of move yourself around if you wanted to. Not much further around, but you can do.
Oh, I've got no. How many times have I used me? What's it, Dave? Is it 3? Have I used my strike 3 times? I think I have, haven't I? I've got 2 ticked off.
I think you've only used it twice, Mark. To be honest with you, but
I've only got
kind
2.
of is your job, mate.
Yeah, I know.
So just leg it for. You've already rolled initiative 9, right? So let me stick that on. Initiative.
Can I make an argument for being a square forward as I'd started to walk, almost try and distract them?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Put you there. So what's going to happen is Caradoc will this gleaming greatsword that's protruding from Miat's body. He'll grab it with 2 hands, kick the back of the chair as Miat's body falls over lifeless, and he will charge to. No, what he's going to do is just going to stand ready. He's ready as soon as someone comes near him. He's going to swing at them. Kelevendros.
So if I was want to go straight across this table, Dave,
Yeah.
like just up and over, is that going to cost me movement or?
How far away? You want to get to him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're 25 away. You could manage that.
Yeah, so I'm going straight up to him. So,
Okay.
What to there?
Right. So his attack's going to trigger.
Yep.
He rolls a 12.
And is my shield of faith still up?
Yes.
Awesome. So you get that 2 back, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to guess a 12 misses.
Yeah.
It's better. Dirty 20 to hit.
A 20 hits.
Awesome. I'm going to re-roll both of those because that's disgusting. That's not much better. So 8 points damage.
Yeah. Okay. So this, unlike when you fought the whites, this is meat and flesh that you're carving into, and there's a spray of blood as you connect with him as well. Second attack.
Sorry, Dave.
No,
just
that
quickly.
I missed the first one.
Oh, beg pardon.
Am I remembering the description right that he isn't wearing armor?
He's wearing plate armor. He's dressed as a knight of Solamnia. Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Kel's turn?
That is Kel's turn, yeah.
Okay, Nordan.
Cool. I am going to need a strength saving throw, please, Dave.
Interesting. 20.
You son of a bitch. Yeah. Okay. That's that out the window.
What was that then, mate?
The Earthen Grasp. Maximilian's Earthen Grasp.
So what does that look like then?
Oh, I guess I've technically summoned it though, haven't I? It still exists.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So and it's a concentration spell. So I guess it'll form behind him. So the stone. So he'll look forward. He'll place out his hand. His eyes will go that dirty mud brown as the stone behind him rises up and forms into the shape of a fist. And obviously reaches out to grab it, and he must just shrug it off or something, power it off him as it tries to grab him.
Yeah, there you go then. I've only got a grasping hand. That's all I've got for you.
Fine. Yeah.
So that's to this as you've summoned this. You do your whole sort of earth thing, and this hand appears. Caradox just starts laughing. He says, "You're the best that Caliban's got. This is ridiculous. Come on, then, let's have some fun." He'll say as Leggit takes a turn.
So Leggit will bonus action steady aim,
Yeah.
chromatic orb at level 2.
Okay.
Rolled very poorly.
Both
16.
miss. Well, it miss. You miss. So he's laughing now. He's just dodging left and right. He's very nimble with this great sword. You can clearly tell that he knows how to use it. Anything else from Leggit?
No.
No. Arthas.
My sword sock. Except, sod it. I'm just going to run at him, give him the Jaboa salute, and take a swing at his face.
Okay, go for it.
So where is it? Top nose. It's over there. So I'll go that side. So I'm next to Kel. I still have a bonus action after this, but I don't know if I can do anything. Okay, right. Well, I'll take me attack to start with. So this is my last daily jiggery pokery. Such an infantry feature. Right. All I need is to roll now. So sorry, advantage. Roll. Right. I assume that misses.
Yep, that misses.
At least I don't waste me PP touch thing. So bonus action. I think it was with my sword. If I put my sword away, that's my bonus action, and I can't. Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to have to. I don't want to waste a bonus action, but there's nothing else I can do, is there? I have to. I really need that battlecaster feat really badly. Yeah, I'll have to be done. There's nothing else I can do.
So on his turn, he is almost as if he's sort of dancing around. He'll sort of say, "Oh, my lord told me that the knights were probably fallen into disrepute, but this is ridiculous. You guys have no idea." And he's going to move there, provoking an opportunity attack from Kelevendros.
If I hit him with this, he can't move. His speed is reduced to 0.
Gotcha. Okay.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Oh,
Roll your damage.
And I think I'm... hang on. Yeah, I'm going to spend a 2nd level spell slot as well to make this as Divine Smite.
Okay.
So there's my slashing.
Yeah.
For 11. And then 3d8, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it just ones that you re-roll, Tom?
And 2s. So I can re-roll that 2 as well. But I have to take the 1, so it reduces by 1. So I have to take the new result.
Right. So he gains 1 back. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, he says, "Oh, well, there is life in you after all." Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it your way. And he will target Kelevendros then. So it's going to be 2 attacks with his greatsword. First one rolls a 14.
Missed.
Second one rolls a 13, 2 misses, and he can't move.
Yeah.
Kelevendros' turn.
I think Kelevendros is going to laugh back at him. He says, it appears we're not the only ones that aren't as skilled as we thought we were. And then he's going to go for him again to attack.
Okay, go for it.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
I'm going to expend my other second level slot to make that another Divine Smite.
I don't think you need to, Tom.
I don't know. So see if there's any rerolls on the slashing. No, so that's 20 points of slashing damage. And I'll mark off my other second level spell. So that's what, 68. 6.
Oh, it's going to sting his bum. This he's not going to like it.
It's a total of 39 points of damage.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, how does this knight figure in front of you die?
So the kind of radiant flames kind of burst down the length of the greatsword, and he's just gonna straight through the neck, just behead him, just send the head flying.
Okay.
And I like to think the rest of his body also, kind of the fire spreads throughout the rest of the body and just burns all the flesh away. But I don't know if that fits into what's going.
Yeah. So the sort of radiant flame, as it sort of cascades out of him, makes him collapse to the floor. And as he collapses to the floor, from the top of the armor, this greenish blue mist appears as this figure rises from the body that I'm now going to add to the initiative order.
Oh, shit on a stick.
I still have a second attack.
You do. So now this spectral ghostly figure arrives and says, oh, it's nice to be free again. And he prepares for combat.
You had to behead him.
Yep.
Could have done it in a way that we could have potentially brought him back.
Well, we'll not go with behead. What's going to happen now? The knight on the floor is going to get death saving throws.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a flavour beheaded.
Flavor beheaded.
And that's a 17 to hit the ghostly apparition.
Let me just double check, make sure I put it in right. Yeah, no, 17 does hit.
Excellent.
Little pussykin.
And I'm going to re-roll that too.
10,
So it's 13 points of damage, slashing damage.
13 points of damage. Okay. 6. So as your sword passes through, part of its form does pass away. Not as much as you would expect. He seems to be resistant to non-magic damage. Anything else from Kelevendros?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay. Nordan, you've seen all of this happen. What do you want to do?
He's gonna try with the hand before he does anything else. So strength save. So the hand's gonna try and grab him. Strength saving throw.
Okay.
16.
I'm going to tell you exactly what his modified roll is. -1.
Awesome.
Okay. So he's now classed as restrained.
Okay. Go with me.
And he takes 2d6 damage.
Nice.
Bludgeoning damage. So 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And he's restrained for the spell's duration. He has to do a strength check if you want to break out.
Okay. Did you say 3 damage?
6.
Oh, beg pardon.
2d6 damage.
Gotcha. Okay. Damage 6. Yeah, well, it's because it'll be magic damage as well, not just bludgeoning. So it's magic damage, so it takes the full 6. However, the hand does grasp onto him and he takes the damage from it, but he isn't restrained by it. His form passes straight through.
Okay.
So at that, then he will let the spell go.
Sure.
So he's tried it. He's realised it's not going to be as effective as he wants it to be. So he's just going to let it go.
Okay.
And end his turn there.
Okay. That takes us to Leggit then.
Yeah, I'm going to study aim firebolt then, please, Dave.
Okay, go for it, mate.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Forget aim, so... Carry on.
Not your night, dude, is it? Okay, so what's going to happen now?
Well, not this round.
Oh, did you want to move anything else? Oh no, that's bonus on action. Isn't it?
No.
Okay, so what's going to happen now is he's sort of going to shiver and say, "Oh, I can hear Dragonlance keep calling me back, but not this round." And then he's going to look towards Kelevendros.
Yeah. Oh.
I would like for you to make a charisma saving throw, please. Ooh, you're probably a bad choice for this, aren't you?
26.
I did the natural 20 for 26.
Nice. Okay, so you can see as he sort of glares at you, you can feel as if his essence is moving towards you. And the rest of you guys, you can see this sort of spectral, spiritual form passing as if it's going towards Kelevendros. And he inhales some of this gas, and then all of a sudden, he shakes his head, coughs, splutters as this spectral form will now, Caradoc will say to you, "This is going to be fun." Arthas' turn. Let me just double check. Yeah. No, that's
Right, dropping my sword, bonus action, spiritual weapon.
Okay.
I
think I left it outside.
So that's a second. That's my last second level spell slot. And for my action, I'm going to sacred flame him. So that's Dex 13.
Saving throw. Dex rolls a 19. This form is quite liquid, quite fast. Moves out of the way. Do you want to roll with your spiritual weapon?
Yes, I certainly do. I'd almost forgotten about that. Right, here we go. Spiritual weapon. Natural 20.
Okay, roll your damage.
Oh.
Hold on, Mark.
Right, here we go.
Well,
12 force damage.
Okay, that's a solid thunk as this spiritual sword slices through him as more of this mist and vapour disappears. That takes us to Knight Caradoc's turn. So I'm going to do it in order. In fact, no, because you rolled a d20 last time. So Tom rolled a d20 for the for Durston's death saving throw.
D20 and roll.
Nice.
I don't think I've ever seen you roll this well.
That's 4 natural 20s. I don't think I've ever rolled this well, ever.
I don't think Tom has ever rolled this well in his life. And we've played a lot of kill team together.
So from... Go on. Sorry, Tom, go on.
I say, when I play with the other game I play in, when we roll with all normal dice, I tend to roll high, but I don't think I've ever rolled 4 crits in one session. Ever.
That's just ridiculous.
So he returns with 1 hit point. Do you want to tell us what happens then? So.
I'm guessing. I don't really. Yeah.
Does he rise from the floor? And I'll take the rest.
Like the Undertaker does, so just go straight up.
Okay, yeah, no, it's probably unfair of me to ask actually. So as this knight, this human figure that you've already taken down, sits forwards, he sort of looks around because he will be proud, won't he, on the floor. and he sort of rolls over and he sees Caradoc, and he sort of starts to back away. And then as he turns around, and he'll say, Arthas, what the fuck is going on?
Say, get behind me, get behind me.
Oh, my.
You're on one hit point. I'm not saying that.
So he has, I mean, he gets a turn, doesn't he? So he will stand up first. I'm going to give him,
Disengage.
yeah, all right, yeah, I'm going to disengage and stand. So he's what the fuck is that thing? Type thing.
I think I know meta, so I'll be quiet.
Kelevendros.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to channel divinity to get back a 2nd level spell slot.
Sure.
So I'll mark that off and I'll put that back. And then I'm going to carry on as I've carried on before, and I'm just going to hit him to ask my sword.
Go for it.
Same.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, I'm going to expend a 1st level spell slot to make this a divine smite.
Sure.
I feel like we're playing for all the beans here. So that's 12 points of slashing. Does this thing count as undead, Dave?
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that's 3d8 of radiant damage. So that's 15 points of radiant damage. 3 5s. Probably couldn't do that again if I tried.
Nice. Okay, so the radiant damage is doing it for you, but he's resistant to the rest. 2nd attack.
2nd attack. 26 to hit.
Nice.
19.
Another hit. Yeah.
And I'm going to spend my last 1st level spell slot and make that a divine smite.
Sure.
I'm glad somebody's hitting something and doing loads of damage, because I'm not.
Some bloody welly behind that.
That's 15 points of slashing. No
Okay,
rerolls
so
there.
half a 7.
And 11 points of radiant damage.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you see his form starts to shimmer as if it's starting to disperse a little bit. He's still, you know, you can still make him out. That takes us to Nordan's turn. Andy's gone.
He
Mentioned
mentioned.
I'll be back.
He mentioned somewhere. Dalgarda.
Oh, Dargard.
Dargard was calling him. Can I do a check on what Dargard is?
You with the role that you had earlier, Dargard Keep is the ancestral home of Lord Soth.
Okay, so we're still sort of in that sort of circle of stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
What we don't know in game is Caradoc is his seneschal. It's the sort of almost like the butler in a castle. The seneschal is in charge of all the staff and making sure everything's where it should be.
Shut up,
I don't know
Mark.
if that's canon now.
Well, I was just about to say, what role can I make to work out what the fuck he is?
In terms
What
of
we're fighting, we're fighting, but not because obviously I'm not going to harp on and try and get another history check on who Caradoc is, but what we're actually fighting now is there,
the close. Well, have a. Yeah, have so it's kind of a. It's an intelligence-based check.
Okay.
So, I'm not thinking Arcana necessarily. I'm not thinking religion. Just give me a standard intelligence check, and all I'll do is. Yeah, no, you're not sure. The only thing that you know is it's similar. It's incorporeal, so it's sort of specterish, ghostish, and he's clearly been in possession of this other knight that you've just defeated, and he's attempted to possess Kelevendros. So you're looking more sort of to Ghost, but you've not heard of anything quite like this before.
Okay. Well, what I'll do then is first I will ask for a dex saving throw, please.
Okay, what are you casting?
Sacred Flame.
11.
Sweet. So that's 2d8. That's 11 points of radiant damage.
Hey.
And then I'm going to spend one sorcery. Is it one source? 1 point. Uh, 2 points to then cast Firebolt.
Okay.
I don't know one of
Jesus
them off
stuff.
the top of my head. I'm getting there better. So 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For 11 points of fire damage, magical fire damage.
Okay, let me just double check. The fire doesn't seem to do as much damage to him as you would expect.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Now Andy's gone. He's DC.
Yeah, I've just.
He's got-
His
yeah, he's
business
got
has
back
crapped
down.
out. I've asked him if he's been able to come back.
Yeah, I might rinse and repeat on his behalf. Sure, he won't mind. Let me just bring up his. Because
Hey,
no,
back.
he's gone. No,
No,
that means he's gone.
He's gone. Oh,
I think he'll
Trying.
probably try and give us a second save. I'll tell you what then. We'll no, because it's Caradoc's turn afterwards. Whee! Might be
He's
right.
coming back. He's nearly there.
He's alive.
Isn't it, though?
Pooch is crawling across the sofa, getting closer to me. She does this when she's asleep.
Really?
Oh.
She doesn't. If there's someone in the room, she starts to get closer and closer and closer. So she's moved from one side of the sofa and she's slowly making her way closer to me.
Right, I'm back, I think.
Hello, dude.
Hey.
I stalled with a dog story, mate.
Okay. Is it my go? I take it.
It is, yeah.
Is okay. So, yeah, rinse and repeat then, please. Firebolt.
Did
No,
you
not
catch the bit
firebolt.
about the fire damage?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so I did Sacred Flame, which is radiant, which is fine, and then I did a firebolt, and it appeared that not all the damage went through on the firebolt.
Okay.
If that has an effect on what you're going to do.
Yeah. So I'll try Chromatic Orb instead.
Okay.
Second level.
What types of damage are you selecting?
Steady aim, and I'm going to go for. Not fire. Ice damage or that?
You do radiant.
No.
Chromatic Orb, that's a shame.
Ice, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. Let's try a bit of thunder.
You know what follows after thunder,
Na
don't
na
you?
na 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 na.
Thunder.
I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
Have you heard the version of that by? Oh, I can't remember what they're called, but it's green grass country style.
Hazy Dixon.
Banjos and ukuleles. It's superb.
Yeah. 19 hits.
That's 15 points of thunder damage.
Thunder, yeah, he's resistant to that as well. So as you'd expect, this boom as this thunder damage, this chromatic orb arrives, but it doesn't disturb him as much as you would expect, which takes it to his turn. So the first thing he has to do on his turn, he needs to make and he has failed. So as he disappears, you can see him reaching towards this scroll as his hands pass through, and he'll say, "Oh no, sorry, spirit form now. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen." And then as he sort of says to you, his voice gets quieter and quieter as his form disappears. He'll say, "No doubt, we'll meet again." And his form just disappears.
Dave, I don't like when you do this.
And Cal's going to chop through air trying to get him before he goes. He's like,
I
Now
don't
what's
like
gonna
it when
happen-
guys get away. I don't feel satisfied.
He does it an awful lot.
Doesn't he?
From the corner of the room, another figure appears.
Oh,
And it takes you a second to remember where you've seen this woman before. You met this woman at Ispin's funeral back in Vogler. This was an elven woman named Lidara that you spoke to briefly.
yeah.
Very pale, very gaunt, almost sort of alabaster, almost bluish tinge to her skin.
Is
As she
is
steps-
undead?
As she steps forwards from the corner of the chamber, although you could have sworn it was empty a moment ago, a look
He's
of
undead.
urgency tightens her features. "You must hurry on," the elf says, pointing to the shattered door at the rear of the chamber. "There is a secret beneath this castle, one the old lord cannot be allowed to possess."
Ooh.
And as you sort of look in confusion to each other and look back towards Lidara, she also has disappeared.
Who's the old lord? Damn it!
We mentioned Netherguard Keep. What was it? Dargard Keep. Right? It might mean Lord Soth. We don't want to get involved with him. He can make us die. Just make us die without any saving throw or anything. Just be dead. Okay.
So it's 10:30. So what I'll do is finish the session with you picking up this scroll. On this scroll, it's sealed with black wax with a symbol of a rose. And as you unfurl it, the scroll simply says, "People of Kalaman, I exert my rightful claim as ruler of the province of Nightland. Submit or flee." And it's signed Lord Lauren Soth, Knight of the Rose. Right.
So I'd know enough about that to shit myself, wouldn't I?
Yes.
I'm
Oh,
going
shit.
to be happily oblivious.
I think Cal, having grown up around the Knights of Solamnia, probably has some idea as well, I would suspect.
Yeah, it's a really famous story, so probably would.
Yeah, you'd have all, like I said to you, you'd have all known the history and the story of Lord Soth. Probably, I mean, Arthas has been able to fill you in with the details. In fact, at you as well, Kelevendros, when your dad was there and not being a complete knob, then he'd have probably filled you in on some of the stories as well. But you now have this elven woman appealing for you to, by the sounds of it, go into the undercroft of Castle Kalaman, which is where we shall leave the session. Pick it up next time.